Hello everyone, Luzeldon here. Today, once again, I'm gonna talk about this very same deck in a new meta, of course. This is the version I hit Masters with this season. Okay, so the core of the deck remains the same, or the name of the deck would not be Muscle Dragon. Kato, Might, and Horns are here. Horns are cut to 2 copies because with the speed of the current meta, I cannot really afford to have this on my winning hand, so this was cut to 2 copies. The rest of the deck actually received some heavy tweaks. I'm gonna go over them one by one. First, we have Blaze Age, right? Normally, this is really bad for any deck, right? 1 mana D1 isn't big. However, in the current meta where Aries and Cannons are around, when they homecoming something with 1 health, a single Blaze Age could easily stop that. And since this is such a bad card, nobody plays around it. Like, absolutely nobody plays around it. It can also sneak some lethal, yes. Now, Mentor was here for a long time, so is House Spider, so let's skip over them. Nopify as a 1 copy is, once again, good because of Ari Cannon, right? They recall a lot, they retreat a lot, and the cannon spell, Lightning Rush, is also notifiable. So, and retreat is going to be explained later with the synergy cards, because in a vacuum, this makes no sense in a Muscle Dragon deck. Now, let's get to the juicy part. First, we have God-Willow Seed. This is the most important inclusion in this version, because previously we included Rune Reckoner for repeated attacks, right? God-Willow Seed doubles on that. Basically, after you played Rune Reckoner, at any point you God-Willow the Reckoner, you get a free Reckoner immediately, and another Reckoner in hand for use in future turns, and 3 rounds later, you're gonna have a free copy of whatever you picked out of, well, whatever you pick for this, which is Reckoner, you're gonna get a free Reckoner 3 rounds later. So basically with this, a single Reckoner can allow you to semi-rally 3 times over. Now since we have God-Willow Seedling, we wanna have more target for this to pick. So for that, first I choose Shadow Assassin, a classic draw one, which of course would chain into Retreat. Retreating into Shadow Assassin is nice, and also, since Retreat can retreat like any target, we can retreat Rune Reckoner for future use, then return Shadow Assassin for the draw. And since we're going this direction, I was looking around what champ could synergize with this sort of playstyle, and I found Riven and Rune Weaver. Now first, let's explain the support card first, Rune Weaver. With a single Rune Weaver and a single God-Willow Seed, you already have a completed Blade of Exile. Playing Rune Weaver, you get 1 shard. After you God-Willow the Rune Weaver, you get another shard. And if you played the recalled Rune Weaver, you get the 3rd shard for a complete Blade of Exile, all from single Rune Weaver. So keep that in mind while playing this list. You can kind of accomplish the same with Riven, but Riven generates the shard passively, so you don't really need to rely on God-Willow too much. However, it can be done. It can be done with Riven to generate 3 shards with 1 Riven too. And the shards. The shards are super useful in this list, since every single shard are like valuable in their own way. First, we have the Glinted Blade Fragment, the +2 fragment. This basically is a +4 on Z or Horns, which is something we always love. The Heavy Blade Fragment provides alternative method for Horns or Z to have Overwhelm to end games in some alternative ways. The Keen Blade Fragment can be used to protect your attacking units, would that be like Kato, Rune Reckoner, or any one of them. And Riven herself, of course. And of course, the completed Blade of Exile can be used on Riven as always, or you can use it on Z or Horns. An Overwhelm card, a permanent Overwhelm card, so use it as such. Now, since we do Overwhelm damage much more often, Concussive Palm suddenly makes sense. And last but not least, we have an extra copy of Deny. Traditionally, a list like this would only run 1 Deny. However, with how prevalent Ari is and how often we run into Homecoming, more Denies suddenly makes a lot of sense. Okay, the rest of the deck kinda is the same, right? Z, Rune Reckoner, same thing. We'll watch the previous clip. Alright, thank you very much for watching. I'll be seeing you next season.